Is it true? Is Phuket one of the greatest places in the world? Let's find out. We arrived to Phuket in June, which is the month that sets the beginning of their raining season. This is Phuket's low season. Nonetheless, there is never a dull moment in Phuket. Despite the rain, Phuket stays alive. There's nothing that the sounds of the waves and a beautiful scenery can't fix, huh? Every day I spent in this city was a beautiful day, a day well spent. But first things first, here are my first 24 hours in Phuket, starting with our hotel called Home Bliss South Beach Patong. Check out this view. Well guys, we arrived to Phuket without our suitcases. Well, that's all because of Scoot Airline, and I'm not even gonna get into these details because I already did in a previous video, so I'll put the link here on the screen in case you're interested on my review on Scoot. Because on this video, I will speak only beautiful things about Phuket. Well, at least we got the beach. As you arrive to Patong, the beach calls you like a magnet. So this is the first thing we did. We walked along the beach while we looked for a place to eat. But before food, some history. Back in the day, Patong was a small fishing village and an important port for traders around Asia. And just that, until backpackers put this place on the map around the 60s and 70s. Phuket became the official backpackers' heaven fairly quickly. Thus, the Thai people created an airport in the mid-70s, and I'm glad the Thais are so smart, because the airport made the start of a magnificent destination for travelers. Well, Phuket has gone through periods of Arab, Indian, Portuguese, French, Dutch, and British influences, creating an unexpected mix of cultures and people from all over the place. And we noticed this as soon as we arrived. For some reason, I was expecting to see some Australians, Americans, maybe some Europeans, and a lot of Thai people. But actually, I was noticing a lot of people from Arab countries, the Philippines, India, Malaysia, Chinese, and other Europeans. Unexpectedly, I also noticed many Italian, French, Arab, Indian, and American restaurants as well. But on our first day, we were only down for Thai food and pretty views, so we sat at this place. Lamai Courtyard Restaurant and Bar was our second stop. They serve international food, but they also have Thai food, drinks, cute scenery, and views to the Patong beach. Also, they have live music at night, so don't miss it. This is the perfect spot for the first day. I got a shrimp pad thai and Nick got chicken pad thai. They had the right amount of spicy. They were fresh, a bit dry on the sauce, but pad thai at least, and we loved it. And also, this is me commenting on the food on slow motion. You're allowed to make fun of me, okay? From here, we continued walking on the beach until we found the famous Bangla walking street. The day life on the street is a bit limited. This street is notorious for its wild nightlife. But I figured I still showed you during the day. I was so curious I have to come check it out. As soon as you enter the street, you sense a peculiar energy here. During the day, things feel quiet and calm, but still dense in a way. If you look inside a bar, there are people inside that, I don't know, look suspicious. Some ladies are getting ready for the night by doing their makeup or talking to other friend ladies. And at the same time, there are people watching from the inside. Males are sparse around the bar. Some seem drunk, some seem lonely, some seem to be getting along with other males, others are making new connections with people, but all of this done in a low tone, almost with a mysterious but freeing vibe. Do you know what I mean? It's confusing. It really feels confusing. Guys, you know I work very hard, so I'll probably won't have time at all to visit these places when they're popping, but we suspect this is the crazy area, right, where the party happens, where all the fun and bizarre stuff happens. in Phuket. So right now, no one's working. I think all of these places open at 6 and it's only 4 p.m. Just wanted to show you, like, this is the famous street, busy street, party street in Phuket. For now, it's closed, but it's getting ready for tonight. Know that after sunset, the 400-meter street becomes alive with neon lights, loud music, lots of scams trying to get you to watch the ping pong show inside the go-go bars, drag queens, and nightclubs. The most popular nightclubs include Tiger Nightclub, White Room, Red Hot, Hollywood Phuket Nightclub. But don't get fooled, they are not cheap. Only the beer is cheap, and even then, be careful, there is people taking advantage of those who lost their mind to the booze. The food is another important selling point of this street. Towards the end of the street, you will find a super cool street market, and I apologize in advance because I lost most of my clips on the market. Unfortunately, I lost my camera in the ocean. And then also towards the end of the street to the right side, if you're coming from the beach, you will notice a mall. The mall is closed right now because it's low season. Nonetheless, they have a street market going on where they sell goodies, interesting things, clothes, imitation brands, and food. It's really cool. Well guys, and Phuket is not only shooting. Thank you. Phuket is not only about the beach and the crazy parties, but they also have civilization. They have malls. And since Nick and I have no clothes but what we're wearing today, and we've been wearing this for the last 24 hours, we're gonna go to the mall to see if there is something cheap that we can get for, you know, until we can wait to get our suitcases. So remember how I was saying that there are malls in Phuket? Well, no. At least not in Patong. They're not open. They're all closed. They look really pretty, but they're all closed. Here we are, having some, I don't know, I think I'm gonna sound ignorant, but I think this is like an Asian style ice cream, and it's vanilla with Nutella. Maybe the flavors are not so Asian, but the concept is. And Nicolas, if you're wondering where he's at, he's not joining me with ice cream because he wants to have Italian gelato in Thailand.
Actually, I ordered it and they didn't have my thing. Coconut ice cream.
By the way, let's talk about this. Today, for lunch, he wanted to have a burger.
But?
And then, for dessert, he wanted to have Swensies. Like, how more American can you be?
Swensies?
Swensies.
What is that?
It's a super American ice cream that's in Miami. It's like a chain or something. What is it? Is it Swensies? Alright guys, I'll put he's trolling me right now, so I'll put the name in the description below. And just so you know, I'm gonna also get a clip of him having Italian ice cream in Thailand. Bye. There's a party here going on at Crystal.
What's going on?
A party.
I don't know what to do.
Something to love about Phuket is the traveler community. Get a little video. Hello, we're here.
Video?
New friends.
We're in Thailand with Phuket, baby.
Oh yeah. It feels so cool to connect with people that are doing the same thing you do. Something about it makes you feel like home. And Patong is such a small town that it's so easy to get to know people. Just after a few hours of us walking around, we made 2 friends at the street food market. We chit-chatted about our traveling experiences, laughed a lot, and finished the day at the beach with the most spectacular sunset. Take a look. Those were our first impressions from the first afternoon in Patong. How are you liking it so far? The next day, we left Patong to explore 2 super important spots in Phuket. starting with the historic Phuket Old Town. You guys, I'm in love. Welcome to Phuket's Old Town. I came here without doing my research, so honestly, I was expecting a super Thai style town. But this is an artisan, eclectic, multicultural, vibrant, and gorgeous town, featuring the Siamese, Chinese, Malays, Indians, Eurasians, and Sea Gypsies. Back in the day, the people from Phuket were referred to as Baba or the Peranakan, also known as the descendants of the earliest Hokkien Chinese immigrants to Indonesia, Malaysia, and Phuket. Peranakan is Malay and Indonesian for the word descendants, and in Singapore, the term means local born of Chinese mixed blood. Today, it's estimated that at least 70% of Phuket's population has Peranakan ancestral roots. And the heart of Peranakan, Phuket, is located in the beautiful Old Town Quarter. These days, the quarters are full of shops featuring the Sino-Portuguese buildings that are aesthetically pleasing inside and outside. The town reminded me of Georgetown in Penang, which makes sense considering the background history I just told you about and the geographical proximity. As I walked the streets, I felt as if I was transported back in time, and my eyes and brain were so stimulated by so much beauty, bright colors, souvenirs, clothes. When am I gonna become a millionaire? I can't wait to get myself an extra suitcase to fill with so many precious things from the stores in the area. And by the way, the best time to visit the old town is at night or on Sundays, so keep in mind that I'm not showing you the top experience here, and yet it's so beautiful, huh? And let me not forget, if you wanted the most Instagrammable pictures and an excellent sweet treat, come visit this shop. I can't find the exact name and address, but it's unmissable. This spot is in a corner full of flowers and prettiness. The other super important landmark in Phuket is one up the mountains and over the seas, the Great Buddha of Phuket, also known as the Big Buddha. The drive from the old town to here was a bit long, but good for the eyes. Lots of greens, mountains, temples, even elephants. The entrance to the site is free, but make sure you cover up your knees and your shoulders, otherwise you will need cash to buy a piece of fabric to cover yourself. The creation and construction of this giant Buddha commenced after the catastrophic disaster that happened in 2004, the tsunami. So besides the Big Buddha being a national uniqueness for worshippers, the monument is also a very special symbol of hope for the people of Phuket. As you arrive to the pagoda, you can enjoy the nice incense smell and then the magnificent and panoramic view of the city. It's actually lovely. Behind your back, you will have the stunning Big Buddha. The path to it involves 94 steps that you should only walk up. There is another route to walk back down. The atmosphere here is quiet, respectful, peaceful, and freeing. Under the Big Buddha statue, there is a covered space for reflections, prayers, and meditations. Everyone seems to walk in with a quiet and respectful demeanor. It feels really peaceful and special. Though, right now there is a construction going on that makes it a little bit loud, but this is a good challenge for your meditating skills. Inside, there are great quotes from grand people exposing their thoughts on Buddhism, all the way from Bill Gates, religious people, even Jennifer Lopez. My favorite quote is from one of my favorite people in the world, Carl Jung. He said, "I believe that Buddhism is the most perfect religion the world knows. Buddha philosophy, evolution theory, and karma rule, doing good and bad, is much greater than any of the other religions." Hopefully this doesn't offend anyone, but I really love this man. On the outside of the temple and around it, there are Buddha statues standing on different poses, as well as statues of monks and famous kings from Thai history. To the side, you will see a super cute area where people make a purchase of a heart for a donation to the site, and then they write down messages of love, hope, sadness, gratitude. This was so inspiring and emotional to see. As you walk down and out of the site, there is a temple where monks spend time praying and hosting events for locals. To finalize our day, we had a mango smoothie in this restaurant that has such a beautiful view, and just a few steps away, they have elephants. Guys, my first impressions of Phuket are beyond what words can say. I am completely in love with this little town. I could live here. I want to live here. What do you think? How have your experiences been in Phuket if you've been here before? And from seeing this video, would you visit?